Yo, 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 yo. Can everyone hear me? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What is up, everybody? Okay. What's up, Trader Bat? Yes. Okay, okay. We got the crew in here. Let's go. I know it's much better when I stream during the daytime for everybody as opposed to nighttime when it's not convenient for anyone. But I am trying to do my best to be more consistent. You can see the office is coming together a little bit more. We got the pan in the background, which I think looks pretty cool. I don't know. I just did with the camera. Oh no. Didn't want to do that. Hold on. Fuck this thing. It's actually kind of annoying. I gotta like turn the gesture controls off. But yeah, office is still coming together. So piece by piece, bit by bit, but feeling good. So let's get directly into this video after a quick shout out to the sponsors. As you guys know, Prime XBT is my exchange sponsor. Been working with them for a while now. So if you want to support me, if you enjoy the stuff that I share, the best way to do that is by signing up to Prime with the link in the description, putting in code Mayne50 in the referral section, promo code section, and then depositing some money. You get up to a 7% bonus for a maximum of $7,000. So 100K deposit would get you 7 grand, 10K would get you $700, 1,000 would get you $70, etc. So that's the best way to support me. So if you want to support your boy, you like these videos and the stuff I'm putting out, that's the way to do it. So shout out to the Prime team. And let's get kind of just directly into the videos. What's up, Lone Star? So I think this is going to be an interesting week. We have some bearish price action forming near the range highs, but at the same time, we've also tested this level multiple times. So what I thought I would do is I'd actually start on the super high time frame, and we're going to kind of break this down, and we will go down and down and down in the time frame, and until we get to kind of our intraday charts, and then we will kind of talk about kind of more short-term trading opportunities. But in the meantime, I want to start with the high time frame, kind of give you guys my high time frame bias, and then we can go from there. So I don't think I need the ring light. I can turn it on. It's probably too bright with this on. Is that better or worse? Better or worse? Let me know. What's up, Vin? This guy says you got dirty under my nose. Yeah, Dirty Sanchez. You like that, don't you, you sick fuck? Okay, so let's start with the super high time frame here. Okay, so the weekly chart, or the monthly chart, excuse me, has a very clear bias level, in my opinion. And you should be able to see this if you've been following me for a long time. Mixed reviews. Some people say better, some people say worse. So if you've been following me from a long time, you should see a very key level here on the monthly. I'll give you guys a second. There's a very key level here, which I think will determine our kind of decision if the bottom is in or not. Should be seeing a bit to the right. I don't know. I'm going to stop listening to you guys. It's this, right? We've got this monthly breaker here. So we actually came very close to retesting it here on this pullback. Not quite. We front ran it just a little bit. But if you dial this breaker down to then the weekly, That's where we got that entry for this leg up here. Okay, but the monthly, I think this is a key area because effectively, as long as we're trading above this gray box, I think you assume higher prices on the monthly chart. Now, remember, this is the monthly chart, so a lot can happen in that time frame. We can have a lot of up and down, right? We have a monthly candle that shapes up like this one, where at the end of February, the end of March, it's a big green candle, but there's a long lower wick into here or something, right? So you have to keep that in mind. I'm not saying long now and put your stop way the fuck down here, but based on the monthly chart, this price action, right? Running this low, reclaiming that breakdown point, to me, makes me believe that the draw on price is still higher. Okay, I still think we go higher. So that's just the monthly kind of view. Lots can happen, right? We're going to get more to the intraday charts here in a second. But in my opinion, as long as we're holding above this gray box, I think that any sort of major dip that occurs or anything like that is a reason to look for higher prices because there's not really any monthly resistance anywhere here, right? You have this high that we ran. So we purged that high just barely, but I don't really have any sort of monthly resistance until way up here in the 30,000s. Okay, and that's a long way away. But as long as we stay above here, I think the most likely area for price to draw next is actually up here as opposed to down here. Now, if there's some stuff that changes here and we get some very clear signs of distribution, it doesn't mean I won't short, right? Because if we have a bias of the monthly going up, you have to realize we could come all the way down to this breaker. That's a 20% pullback before going up again, right? So I'm not going to not short because I think the monthly can trade higher. I'm just saying based on the monthly, I do think this is the next most likely draw on price in terms of high time frame direction. Do we go down first and then up, or do we just go up from here? I don't know. That is yet to be seen. So if you go down now to the weekly, we have a little bit more information here. So I like this weekly fair value gap right here, and I've talked about this. I've posted this level on Twitter. And then you can refine this breaker down to right here. And this is kind of the high time frame chart I'm primarily operating on right now. We have our very clear run of the lows, the reclaim. Here's a retest, and we're pushing right back up to the highs. To me, this remains the target based on the weekly chart. Okay. This remains the target. Now, can we dip first? Can we flush? Can we run this low? Lots can happen before going back up here, right? But I still do believe, just like on the monthly, I think the draw is still higher for price. I think there's still reason to bet on further upside for crypto. So I personally like this kind of 27 to 29K area as the potential. I don't know if it's a top, but the potential area where we might see the next major retracement occur from. Now, we've had a long weekend. It's Monday, but it's President's Day in the US, so the traditional markets aren't really doing much. Not really much going on here. So it will be interesting to see what happens when the burgers come online tomorrow and start aping. But again, the weekly, just like the monthly, I still think the likely draw on price is higher. So if you watched the last stream, right, we were trading this candle 2 streams ago. We were here. We had this level marked out. I also posted this in Discord. Once we had the SFP, I think it was here. Or there was a low time frame SFP, sorry, like here. I had this as a target, and then I had this as a move back up to 25.2, right? So we'll get into that on a little bit of the low time frame. But again, still think that we draw higher overall based on the weekly chart. Like looking at this chart right now, this looks bullish. I don't know why you would think that this is bearish. The one kind of bearish caveat, is this weekly SFP here. So we have a weekly SFP here, okay? And I don't think this was a weekly SFP 2, I believe. Here's the high, 24,280. What was the close here? Yeah, so this was an SFP as well. Looks very tight, but that is an SFP as well. So we swing failed this intermediate term high, and then we swing failed the range high. So this is the range high that we've been watching for a while. We just barely peaked over, sold back off, and we actually closed below both. So technically, my system fires a short signal here. Based on the SFPs, and then you also had a 12-hour SFP that came in here. The risk on your short is supposed to be here effectively, and we target probably this low first, and then this low. Okay, that's the bearish possibility that I see, based on those swing fails. Now, what I don't love about the bearish setup is the market in general has been extremely hard to short. Shorts have been short-lived, right? Outside of this pullback, every dump basic, and this even V reverse too, it just took a little longer, but every dump, full reversal, dump, full reversal, dump, full reversal, dump, full reversal. So it's been very hard to short. You had to be super nimble. You had to be in and out of the trade quickly. And it's just not been fun. Being a bull when price is going up is just in general more fun. And you don't really want to fight the trend if you don't have to. That being said, I do have to be aware that, my system is pinging me with, kind of short triggers, right? We've now had an H1 SFP. So you can see we're struggling. And that's why the name of this video is 25K forever, right? Like, we're struggling at this 25K zone, very obviously, right? So I generally don't like when my return to entry, right? So when I'm looking to short, because we got something like this, okay? I want to short this retest. It's what we're looking to form here. I don't love when this takes out a low and looks like a liquidity grab that wants to push price higher. And that's what we got here. This run, right? If you take all this shit off here and we go to like the H4, this just looks like a very clear retest of that H4 demand, cleared out all those lows. That looks like it wants to trade higher. So I don't love how it came back to the level. So I didn't blindly short it. Whereas normally on this type of a setup, if I was a little more confident in it, as soon as we had this breakdown, I'm starting to short from here all the way up with my stop above the high here. So that short is still valid, right? That short is still valid. And I would target this low initially. Let's just see what that gives you, risk reward rise. Yeah, I mean, the trade is there, but I just don't feel as confident in it. I do want to see kind of weakness form up in this area. You're kind of seeing that here with that run. But again, this has just been, it's been kind of just like low volume liquidity runs on either side of the market since we got up into this range, right? Like run a high, run out a high, then run lower, right? Come up, run lower, sweep out all of these highs here, sweep this low here, back up to the high, sweep. So it's just kind of been like ping-ponging back and forth. And it's hard to determine yet if this is distribution. I could look on the lower time frame and say, okay, we've got, a run here. If we maybe get, a breakdown and then another run up here, that's probably a better trigger than just shorting right here, giving that kind of double confirmation. So tough to say. It's definitely a sticky spot here. My system is telling me to short, like swing short. But I feel like we're on the precipice of either a very large correction. So I'm talking like running this low here, huge correction, or we're about to go parabolic for another leg. So trying to determine which one is which obviously is difficult. And it's supposed to be shorting the top, right? Or longing the breakout is not supposed to be easy. In general, there's going to be a bunch of attempts made to shake you out of whatever the position you may be in. If you're trying to short, it's going to look like it's going to pump a whole bunch before it actually sells off. And if you're going to long, it's going to make you, think it's about to dump a whole bunch of times and sell off before it actually pumps. What is distribution and what is the opposite of it? The opposite of distribution is accumulation. Okay, so it's really hard to follow your system sometimes when you get kind of this feeling that the whole market is just kind of on dumb mode, right? It's like just buy every dip mode, because basically every single dip since the bottom here, anytime we've dipped, you basically make money if you just green button smash. And like I said, shorting's been very hard, V-bottoming everything. And in general, shorting crypto is negative EV, right? Because how low can it go? To zero? Sure. But like there's technically unlimited upside. So shorting in general is whack. But my system is giving me that short trigger here. So I'm going to continue to watch. I don't know if I want to enter a trade today or if I want to wait for the New York Open tomorrow, or just see how stocks start moving when the volume comes back in the traditional markets. I'm going to wait and see. Looking at, equities here, we did run this low here into demand. So is that enough for us to push up? I do think we eventually, and part of why my thesis is that we go to 30K on crypto, is I do think we trade back up to the 43s here eventually. So it's a tricky spot, like trying to justify longing here. I think if you long this dip, sure, you're comfy, but longing here, I don't know about that. I think you got to wait and see. You either got to wait, maybe we get another run of this high, and then a sell-off. That could be a short trigger down into here, right? We could just roll from here, or we could consolidate here and break out. Either way, I think the trade will be more obvious. Like I think you want to see us start closing above here if you want to break out long, right? If we start trading up here and closing, that's when you look for your long, I think, for the next leg. Who cares if you missed this part of the leg if you're able to catch this part, right? And for shorting here, yeah, I think you can short here. Your risk is defined probably at this high, right? But that's pretty, you're shorting something that's been super strong lately. So there's always that, risk that this just continues to be on, dumb rampage mode and just go up. So I do think if there's any sort of major dip, it's for buying. So if we do get a dip below here, I do think that's a dip to buy. And even if we get a dip below here, I think that would be the nastiest thing, would be something like that. So another run of the high maybe, and then run this low, because everyone thinks that was it. They were super comfy. That seems like a pretty good spot to run before higher prices, right? Everyone, if we get down here, people are going to be shorting like crazy. But yet to be seen. So in a lot of words, I'm saying I don't really know. I'm waiting and seeing. I want to see a little bit more price action before I jump in and make a decision and put some money on the line. The long that I'm in right now on the challenge account is Curve. So Curve has a narrative going for it that they're launching like a stable coin. Just gonna delete this. Launching a stable coin. And the chart looked really good, right? We drew this out ages ago. You had that nice retest of the daily order block here. Pushed away. And we're just grinding higher. And to me, there's a very obvious kind of target at about 150. Big figure. Some equal highs here. So I would like to see Curve put in one of those big old double-digit green candles that a lot of other altcoins that I'm not long have put in. That would be super cool. But curve, this was the initial long, right? Then we had the long form, I believe. Where was it here? Was it here? Yeah, then we had this H4 long here, this retest. And now we've had another sweep, right? We're in the process of breaking out. Okay. So this gives me the idea that, okay, if this can break above here on this next candle, I think that's going to be the juice we need. We ran the low. Now let's close above the high. If it dips at all, right, target higher. We also have kind of our classic H12, H1 setup here. So there's your H12 sweep, right there. H12 sweep. H1 sweep right here. Break above. Retest right there. So my stop is right below this low for this long. So very tight stop. My entry is, I think, 125.3. No, it's 124.5, even better. So I longed basically on this down wick here based on H12, H1. That's the bread and butter trader Mayne setup, right? H12, H1. So this is the only thing I'm long on the challenge account right now. I'm not long Bitcoin. I'm not long Ethereum. I did have a long on Bitcoin yesterday, but I closed it early. As you guys know, I did a big write-up. I did a big write-up on some stupid trades I took on the challenge account, but I think we're sitting right around 30,000 right now. So not horrible. Still a 2x from about 3 weeks ago. But definitely a little frustrated because like I also was long this. Like I posted this. No idea what this coin does. I think it fits in with kind of the China coin pumping narrative. We had an over under. I posted this on Telegram like 3 days ago. I longed like 3.1 or 3.2. Wrote it up to here, saw it full retrace, said fuck me, closed it, only to be like, oh, actually, this is just holding the H4OB, legged up again. So I know a lot of you guys caught this one. So GG if you held out for that one. But yeah, I bit myself in the ass kind of over trading that. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Bitcoin right now is I gotta wait and see. I have some flashes of not flashes. I have legit short triggers, going off on my system here, right? So if we now break and close below here, I think I would have to take the short. Have to. But we'll wait and see. It's noon on Monday. I don't really know how it works on holidays. I imagine tonight we will see some volatility pick up. London session, Asia session, and then obviously we're right back into full bore with New York session, New York Open tomorrow, very early. But yeah, I gotta wait and see. I need a little bit more before I make a decision. I'm still leaning towards more upside though, overall. Regardless of what happens here short term, I still think we trade up to here. And then I think this is really the key area for the entire chart, right? Like, if you just look at this here, this is your point of breakdown, right? So this was our floor at 30,000 here, okay? The double bubble came down. Soon as we got below there, we puked 50%, right? So this is still technically a bearish retest. If we get up to this area, this can still very well reject and just be a bearish retest. We can also trade above it, back below, but my mindset is that this is a bearish retest. And I think of this, I think for a couple of reasons. One, this is the point of breakdown, right? The origin of the move down. So this is where you look for a potential, lower high to form up in this kind of near 30K region, right? This would still be a lower high, right? And a lower low, even if we came all the way up here. So this could go all the way up to 30, still be a bearish retest, make new lows. So it's hard to call the bottom is in until I think we convincingly reclaim 30K, reclaim this breakdown area, because then it becomes easy, right? If we start trading above here, pretty confident that that is the bottom and that's your risk. Exactly the same as this, right? Once we reclaim this area, there was your risk and you're just targeting upside, right? Seems like a clear deviation. So we could see a larger version of this below 30K and then back above, but we can come higher and then still trade lower. So you have to be aware of that. I think another reason why I think that this is potentially still a bear market rally versus a just bottom and the market's bottom. I'm not trying to call it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I told you so, and I'm going to post it on Twitter. It's more so, okay, if I want to be, if I have spot bags, which I do, and I know many of you do as well, and I bought some down here and I bought some here, right? If the bottom is in, right, I don't want to sell these until new all-time highs, right? But if this is a bear market rally, you definitely don't want to round trip some fucking 6 spot buys on a 50% bear market rally, right? So that's why it's important, and that's why it's kind of tricky right now. And what we have to determine is what constitutes kind of the bottom being in and this being a new bull run versus this is just an echo bubble, a bear market rally. And I think part of the things that are stacking up against this being the start of the new bull run is there's still a lot of uncertainty in the macro picture. I know a lot of people are trolling, being like, look, stocks went down and Bitcoin went up, or stocks went up, but Bitcoin went up way more. The correlation has never been one-to-one. It's just like the inverse correlation with the dollar. Everyone's like, look, dollar up, Bitcoin up, not correlated. Like that's not how it works, right? It's over a long period of time, the stock market and crypto are correlated. They're both risk assets. Over a long period of time, and in general trends, the dollar and Bitcoin are inversely correlated. There are going to be periods where that correlation is strong and when it's not as strong. And a super common thing in crypto is when stocks dump and Bitcoin doesn't, everyone tweets about how Bitcoin didn't dump and then stocks did, and then Bitcoin dumps twice as hard like the next day. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen right now. I'm just saying for all the people being like, oh, like, fuck the macro, who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. It does still matter, in my opinion. And so we still have a lot of uncertainty with that. And then we have the fact that it doesn't seem like there's the same level of participation in any of the moves, right? It's yes, we're up. A lot of stuff is up, but volume, right, outside of Binance is not that heavy across the board, right? And a lot of these rotations between, the AI coins for a while and whatever the new hot thing is, the rotations are happening very quickly and they are not sustaining into any sort of kind of trend, right? Like we had DeFi summer where it was months of DeFi going nuts, right? We had the metaverse period where it was months of the metaverse tokens going crazy. We haven't really seen that. It's more like, hey, this week AI coins are popping. And then next week, it's going to be something new. So what that makes me think, and I don't look at the footprint charts. I don't look at volume very much or any of that kind of shit. But just visually looking at some of these moves, they seem to be rotating in and out quickly. And it seems to be smart players, right? Getting in, riding the wave, and then they are taking that liquidity elsewhere as opposed to, long-term sustainable trends. So I think that also lends to the idea that this is just more of a echo bubble, bear market rally, as opposed to a new bull run. We're going to all-time high. That being said, I'm not opposed to us going to a new all-time high. Obviously not. But I do still think that it's time to be, just cautious, be aware, right? So I think that's pretty clear on Bitcoin here. I'll go back to the intraday stuff. We gotta wait and see. See what the next few hours, the next day brings. We do have kind of these short triggers piling up here at the range high. So I want to see if this is gonna, print me a short signal, and then I might have to take it. But otherwise, I do think, if we dip below here, I think that's probably a dip you buy if we get some sort of nice reaction, right? So if we get a nice reaction below here, I think this is a dip you buy for a run back up. If we don't get a reaction here, right, I'm targeting this area. And again, this would be, I would look to long down here, at least for a bounce. Because if we get below this gray box, like if we get below this weekly breaker, right, if we get below this, we're going here, in my opinion, right? So anything back into here, still good, in my opinion. But if we get below here, then yikes. I think new lows for sure. And that was the top. And this was just a bear market rally, a sick one, but that was that. So let's wait and see. I'm not going to try and predict 10 moves in advance. Like I always say, I want to know what is the most likely direction the next daily candle or weekly candle is going to go. And can I get on board with a trade that will allow me to catch that? Okay, that's kind of my entire MO. I look at the candle, I say, okay, what is the most likely direction of this next weekly candle? Personally, I would like to think that this trades to the upside further. Right? But you could say, okay, hey, we took out this high. We're now trading up here. Maybe this low is next, right? So that's what you're trying to determine. Rather than trying to determine is the bottom in, are we going to new all-time high? What way is this weekly candle going to close? Is it going to close bullishly? Right? Or is the high of the week already in and we're going to close this candle red? And if I can determine, or at least make a guess based on TA, which direction I think that is going to go, then I can go on the long time frame with that bias in mind. If I think that this weekly candle closes like this, okay, so a red down candle, in this instance blue. If I think that this is going to happen on the low time frame, I want to be looking for ways to get short, right? So that's having your high time frame bias determined from the high time frame chart. I want to be looking for ways to get short. So if I zoom in here and I say, okay, I think the weekly candle is going to expand to the downside, I want to see highs getting run and then market structure breaking to the downside. And then I want to be getting in short and riding that down. And that's kind of what you're seeing here, right? But my direction, my determination on direction, I'm still a little fuzzy on. I'm not 100% confident in either situation right now. So I'm going to wait and see. But that's all I'm trying to do. What is the next most likely direction for the weekly candle? Okay, then what's this next daily candle going to look like? And can I get involved in some sort of lower time frame trade to ride that direction? You'll see a lot of SMC traders, smart money concept traders or ICT traders. They talk about DOL, draw on liquidity. That's everything, right? That's everything about my strategy is all about, liquidity, however you want to describe it. I don't really care. More so for me, it's just like, okay, what is the most likely level to get tagged next? Is it above us or below us? And then I frame all of my decisions on the lower time frames based on that high time frame judgment. So if my high time frame bias is that we trade down this week, I want to be looking for reasons to get short on the low time frame, and vice versa. If I think my high time frame bias is like, hey, we're closing up at 27K this week, I want to be looking for lows to get run, breaks in market structure, and I want to be longing those for higher prices. Okay, does that make sense? A lot of talking there without looking at the chat once. I'm sorry. Matthias DeB says, what can I expect? He says, what can I expect more in the DC besides the free DC that I'm in now? I don't know if I understand that question. Um, I don't have a paid group. I don't have a signal service or anything like this at this point. So the Discord and the Telegram, my YouTube channel, that's going to be and obviously my Twitter, that's going to be where you want to focus if you're trying to consume my content. I have tons of streams on YouTube, like hundreds of them. They're still worth watching because just like I just went on a big rant kind of talking about concepts and patterns and things like that, I do that in all my streams. I'm a lot better at kind of off the cuff spit and shit than I am sitting down planning out a video. Peter Kaganovsky says, next sexy as ever. Thank you. Jane, long time no see. She says, if you have a daughter, you should name her Jane. She'll be the smartest person ever. I will not be doing that. Thank you for the suggestion, though. If I have kids, I pray to God it's a boy because I would not know what to do with a girl. I didn't have any sisters. Bro, why you been trading low time frame chop on the challenge account? Because I'm retarded, John. Obviously, I'm a fucking degenerate. It's the weekend, and I'm like, let me try and make some money. When in reality, I should have just been chilling, drinking beer, and hanging out. But that's the problem, right? I'm an addict. You only see the half of it. You don't see the shit I'm punting on Rollbit. You don't see the shit I'm punting on slots. Like I'm fucking gambling, baby. How's the house, man? Hope you're well. Thanks, Jordan. House is great. Really happy with the new place. A lot more space than my old place. What's going on, Drew? Robert, what's up? Brian, shorting everything and go to bed. Okay, DS, good luck, sir. Mayne, when full beard, bro. This is it, dude. I have not shaved my face in like 10 days. This is it. It's very sad. It's a sad state of affairs. I'm 32 years old. Is this the new PC? No, I'm hoping to get that this week. What's up, Dread? What's up, MC? Diego? I need to bless this man with some OBS tips. Please do. If you've got some good tips, please let me know. Sounds crisp. Yeah, having the mic close to my face makes a big difference, I think, for the audio quality. Okay. Greetings from Berlin. What's up? Bro, did you just learn your trading books or just ICT? I have not read a single book on trading ever. It's such a common question I get. It's so funny. I've never read a book on trading. Do you make more on YouTube opposed to Twitch? I'd love to give you my mommy sub on Twitch. Goated content for you always. Thank you, Nathan. I don't think I have anything set up to receive any money on YouTube or Twitch. I'm pretty sure. I don't make any money from either of them. I think, well, I mean, I do monetize my YouTube videos like with ads. And I think in the entirety of my YouTube channel, which is like a couple of years now, for like, hundreds of videos, I think I've made like $5,000. But I haven't even withdrawn it. I've just left it in the Google Ads account, I guess. So this guy says break 25,200 this week or see you again in 2024. So this guy says if we don't go higher, we're going lower. That's what he's saying. And I tend to agree. If we don't go higher, we're probably going lower. Sorry. Pro said caveat, trying to improve his vocabulary. I'm actually, I have actually a pretty solid vocabulary. I know a lot of words. I just can't fucking spell. That's the issue. The dyslexia is crippling. What site are you using for charting? This is TradingView, Jane. Holy shit. Can you explain trader psychology behind why after liquidity is hunted, price will have more strength to go in reverse? Well, I don't think it has anything to do with psychology. It has to do with just the way the market works. If I have a high here, right, what is resting above this high? You could argue, right? Let's say I have this. This is price right now. And then we do this. What do you think's happened here? Let's say you were short. Where's your stop? Above this high? What is a stop on a short position? A buy order, right? So a buy order exists above this high to close out people who are shorting this level. So if we run this level, a bunch of buy orders are getting triggered. So the idea is that when this level gets pushed into, the people who are looking for downside and are catching this move, they're selling into these buy orders, right? So those buy orders are triggering, you get stopped out, I'm selling into your buy order, right? And the reverse for longs, right? What closes out a long? Sell orders. So if you run a low and then get a reaction, you say, okay, well, it seems like there was a bunch of people who were longing here. They just got blown out, right? So their sell orders trigger. And there's going to be people shorting the breakdown. Their sell orders trigger. And you're buying into that, right? You're the opposite side of that trade. You're the counterparty. So that's the idea behind liquidity in a very, very basic sense. At least how I use it. Genuine question. Even though you are bullish from a weekly perspective, aren't we still just in a range until we get a confirmed break above 25K? Yes. Yes, we are. This is still a range until it's not, right? Hi, I just tuned in. What is SFP? I trade ICT for 2 years. I don't believe you, Pierre. Because if you traded ICT for 2 years, you should know what that is. ICT sometimes calls it a Judas swing, right? It's just when you run above a level and get back below, or run below a level and get back above. Don't overthink it. Tips for trading while in university. Can't trade as frequently as I'd like. Focus on the high time frame, right? If you're in school, if you got a job, right? Focus on the H4, the daily chart. Then you only need to check a couple times a day. You don't need to worry about any of the low time frame shit. When Mayne degen Robit stream? I'm going to be doing a gambling stream today, I think, if I have time. Hey, Mayne, I was cleaning the trunk of my car and somehow it closed and I can't get out. Can you help? No, dude, I think that's your home now. So just get used to it. Fucking, tuck in. It's going to be a long time. Usually most trunks have a release from the inside from, to prevent like kidnapping and shit. Aren't your stop loss percentages higher on higher time frame? Yes, right? But again, this is all, let's assume I'm short and my stop loss is 10%, right? Above so let's say my stop is here and I think price is going to come up and then sell off. So 14% stop loss, basically 15%, 30% profit. So it's still a 2-to-1. Right? But my stop loss is 14, 15% away from my entry. So when I determine my position size, it's going to be a lot smaller, right? If my Stop is farther away from my entry. The further away it is from your entry, the smaller your position size is going to be. Because if I only want to risk 2% of my account, if I use the same position size on this trade here, but my stop is only 3% away, right? This stop out is going to be way more than 2%. So the position size on this trade would be bigger than the one on this trade. That's how you account for that difference. Okay. Cool. So let's get let's get into Ethereum here. I mean, we're getting a little bit of a little rolly side. I really don't want to fucking have to close my long and fucking I don't really want to have to close my long, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I just want curve to go to 150, dude. Like, fuck off with this bullshit run above the high. Like, just break out convincingly, you fucking cunt. Guess we have an H4 higher high there. So we could do, one of these now. Right? We could come into this breaker now. But I want this to trade to $1.50. Like, ASAP. One candle would be ideal. But we're going to have to watch. If Bitcoin pulls back here, curve is going to pull back too. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum has not run its equivalent high, right? So if you go look at Bitcoin here, this high was placed in August. August 15th is when we made this high that we just now in February ran. Ethereum has not run its equivalent high. How else can I figure out, how would I know that Ethereum is the weaker asset other than being like, okay, well, Bitcoin's already run this high, Ethereum hasn't. So maybe Ethereum's lagging, right? Or is Ethereum just straight up weaker? And we have a chart for that, right? And it's this one. So if you look since the 8th of August, or the 15th of August, sorry. Where the fuck is it? Here we go. So this is the 15th of August. And look at Ethereum BTC since then, right? So if you've been long Ethereum rather than Bitcoin, you're underperforming, right? There's a period where you were overperforming, but for the most part, you're underperforming. And so that's that visualization where Bitcoin is trading here, right? And Ethereum is trading here. So that high is still untapped. So that is represented in this chart, right? So if you're always trying to determine, and I have videos on this if you guys want to know more, you're always trying to determine what is going to be the higher beta play, right? You always want to be like, how do I catch that altcoin that outperforms all the other ones? Like we had Phil last week, I think, that went nuts. Basically, if it's on my watch list, it's going to go ham. Then we have High, right, going crazy here. So yeah, there's narratives and there's things like that, but you can also just do straight up cross-market analysis. Compare the altcoin that you want to long to Bitcoin, compare it to Ethereum. And if you want to long an altcoin, it has to be ideally in an uptrend versus Bitcoin and Ethereum or making bullish market structure. Because if it's not, it's likely underperforming that underlying asset. So why bother? Why long an altcoin if the alt BTC chart is in a downtrend? Like let's look at Link, for example. Okay. Great example on Link here is this. So this is a bear market in Bitcoin here. Let's just pull this up here. This here. Okay. Both on the weekly. Okay. So is this going to have, it doesn't have this much history. BTC USD. There we go. Here's a perfect example, right? Look at Link BTC during the last bear market. Link BTC is going up the entire time while Bitcoin was trading sideways and down. So Link was the stronger of the two assets. So if you were trying to long, right, there was a period of time where longing Link was extremely profitable relative to Bitcoin. Let's make a third chart. Let's do Link USD. Do this also on the weekly. Okay, so now we can see all three charts next to each other. What the fuck is all that shit? Okay, so Link BTC, look at where Link is trading relative to Bitcoin, right? So from the move from the bottom to this peak on Link was significantly more than the equivalent move on Bitcoin. And that's because Link BTC was in an uptrend, right? So now Link, right? Sorry, stinky Linky Marines, but this has been massively underperforming Bitcoin for ages now. So you want to be, if you're like super keen on trading altcoins and you're trying to catch rotations and what coins are going to be the higher beta plays and are going to move more, you want to be looking at the chart versus Bitcoin, right? So we had that huge move up on FIL. We ran these lows, reclaimed, huge up move. You go look at the USD chart, one of the strongest movers there. So you definitely want to be doing this kind of cross-market analysis if you are an altcoin trader, right? You want to be looking at the comparables and make sure that your coin is outperforming just Bitcoin or Ethereum itself. So back to Ethereum. Ethereum's been underperforming Bitcoin for the last handful of months, right? You know, like I said, we still haven't run this high on Ethereum. So we are similar to Bitcoin in that we've got kind of a, is this an SFP? I don't think so. Is it? Is it? It's like right on the fucking line. What's the close here? Yeah, so technically it's an SFP on this chart at least. Trading above it now, but just like on Bitcoin where I think the obvious target is above price, I think the obvious target on Ethereum is here at 2K. Like this seems like the most likely K. We just ran out all of these weekly lows here and this one. To me, this seems like the next obvious high time frame target. This would be your kind of intermediate term target here at 1800. But then 2K, I think is where this would potentially go to next. Shut the fuck up. Who is fucking bombing me? So let's go back here. So I still think 2K is in the cards for Ethereum. Now, can we dip below here first? That would be kind of equivalent with Bitcoin running that 20K low here, 21K low, right? Would be a run below here on Ethereum. Zooming into the 12-hour, we do have some weakness showing up at this high, right? But nothing yet to, I think, concern yourself with. I think if we start getting some market structure breaks on the lower time frame, this out, go down here. Yeah, if we start getting some MSBs, kind of already got one, but if we start getting some market structure breaks here on the low time frame, then sure, this could be the clue that this is going to pull back and maybe we come back into, you know, here. This is actually quite a nice level right here. It's like a BPR, I guess. Right? So this would be, let's talk relative to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin trades back below, you know, to 23K, Ethereum is trading below these lows into here. Okay, if Bitcoin really pulls back and it trades below that 21.5 low, that's the equivalent low on Ethereum here. Okay, so of the two, Bitcoin still is stronger, but Ethereum BTC is into support here. So this is an interesting area, I think, for Ethereum BTC, where if we pump here, we might see that flip happen where Ethereum now starts outperforming Bitcoin. And that can go in either direction, remember, as well, right? If this is in an uptrend, but both charts are going down, that just means Bitcoin's going down more, right? It's weaker of the two. But this is an interesting place for Ethereum BTC. We are into support. We have this high time frame mid range here and this weekly order block. So below here, like yikes. But I like to think that this area at least provides a little bit more of a bounce than just this. So we'll have to wait and see. But interesting area here for FBTC. And if the whole market is going to break up, so let's assume that we are about to put in a God candle to 30K on Bitcoin. I would be betting that this bounces here and that Ethereum is the better long. That would be the analysis I would do based on, okay, if I think both ETH and Bitcoin are going to go higher, looking at ETH BTC being at support, I think ETH becomes the better long, because if that bullish buy pressure comes in on those two and this pumps, Ethereum's going to outperform to the upside, right? And that would also line up with, okay, Bitcoin going to 30K is how much percent? Let's see here. 10, 12, maybe 15%. Whereas Ethereum going to just to that high, right, is almost 20%. So that would kind of line up with that logic as well, where if we get bullish and we're going to break out, FBTC is at support. I think F becomes the better long at that point. Okay. Abdul Rahim. What a sick name. There's a basketball player who used to play for the Grizzlies, Sharif Abdul Rahim. Been flirting or been a full-time trader for 2 years now. Most of my friends' fam are still in the Matrix. The Matrix is fucking out to get me. What do you recommend to fill time when I'm bored? Get some hobbies, man. Video games, the gym is probably the best thing that you can do. If you're not working out, you should be, right? A lot of the same things that go into trading are present in being healthy, right? Sticking to a diet, going to the gym, even if you don't want to, recording your progress, discipline, right? So I would say the gym is always a good option if you're not doing that already. Who else do you respect in the CT trading sphere? No one. I don't respect anyone but me. Now, listen, there's a ton of absolutely phenomenal traders on Twitter. Trader SZ, Cred, Don Alt, Pentoshi, Kaleo, Rookie, Keyboard Monkey, Loma, Cold Blooded Schiller, Krillin. There's so many guys. And I'm not trying to leave anyone out. There's too many to list. There's a ton of good traders, right? And everyone kind of has their own little flavor. Some people trade like me. Some people trade completely differently. But there's a lot of great traders on Twitter that I respect. Yeah, like the list is too long. I'm obviously the best. I'm the greatest. But there are a lot of great people online there. This guy says curve will pull back to 0 probably. Thank you for your input, bro. BTC looks for rollover. 24.2K is coming. I don't even need to do analysis. I should just fucking ask you guys up or down and then fucking just do that. Fuck it, right? Can you do spaces on Twitter every night, making fun of everything so I can listen while falling asleep? Jane, you need some better hobbies and you need some friends. You do not want to listen to me before bed. Love the new setup, Mayne. Thanks for the nice panda. Yes. Shout out Campai Panda. Hey, just curious, when you say breaker, are you referring to MSB? No. Breaker is a breaker, right? Type of order block. And MSB is something different, right? Like this is a breaker. Up candle for down move that ran lows. We then reclaimed it from the upside. We're pushing up. This is a breaker. This would be a market structure break, right? Higher high. Do you have hair? No. Do you go to war with traders when they have a different bias from you? Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. No. Have you played the new Harry Potter game? I am playing it. It's okay. Like it's fun. I find it a little too easy. I don't know. Maybe I got to go on a hard mode, but I just find it kind of easy. And sometimes it's a little tedious, like running around and dropping the shit off and collecting the beasts. Like I don't give a fuck. I just want to blast shit with my wand. Do you have your Suka yet? I don't know what that is. Do you have your own calculator for position sizes? Maybe include leverage. Leverage has no effect on your position size. I say this at least once every video. Leverage is not part of the calculation of position size. It's not in there. But every exchange has a position size calculator, basically. You just press that. You fiddle with the numbers to make sure that at your stop out point, you're only risking what you want to lose. ETH underperforming. So what you say about lows being taken out on BTC and not on ETH, that's the inverse, right? At this point in time, right, there was a bullish divergence for ETH, right? Here. But I'm just saying, overall, ETH has underperformed for the last few months versus Bitcoin. And you can just go draw lines on the chart. You don't need me to tell you that. Look where this divergence occurred, right? June to November. Look at this. June to November, right? That was a big move up. I just mean recently, it's been underperforming. Right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's been underperforming this entire time. You just proved my exact point. F didn't take the lows and Bitcoin did. FBTC also fucking blasted up during that same period of time, creating this divergence between the two. Right? Let's see. How big's this move from low to high? Jesus Christ. About the same overall. But yeah, that's the divergence right there, right? That you're talking about here. This went up while both were going down. This went up, but both ETH and BTC were going down. BTC was going down more than Ethereum. Even though this chart was bullish, both were going down. That's why you saw ETH go like this and BTC do this. So yeah, you just proved my point, but thank you. Good example. Let's set an alert here. Or do I want close? Can I? Should have like closing below, like as an option. Yeah, this is the level I'm watching here, right? If we get an MSB, then I'm shorting. Did Rookie come out saying he lost everything gambling? I could be wrong. Yeah, he's just joking, man. He is a degenerate gambler, but he did not lose everything. Do you own NFTs? If yes, what NFT do you own? Look at the NFT fucking behind me right now. Campai Panda on the gang. I'm really good friends with Ice Bags, the guy behind Campai Pandas, so that's the project I'm supporting. What are the SMT divergences that you use in crypto? I just showed you one between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Right? Generally, between Ethereum and BTC is the divergence I look at. SZ equals perma bear equals wrong market for this. How come he longed 16K though? Did you long 16K and post it publicly on Twitter? I don't think so. And if you did, congrats, send it to me, prove it, right? Because he did. He posted longs at 16K, rode them up to 24K, and now we're at range highs, and he's saying, hey, be cautious. I don't think that that's perma bear. I think that's just playing the chart, not being emotional. Can you explain MSB and other acronyms when you say them? Newer here. Go to my YouTube channel and watch. I have a 3 or 4 minute video called All the Price Action Concepts You Need to Know. And I explain SFPs, which is swing failure pattern, MSB, market structure break, OB, order blocks, breakers. I explain all of that in that video. So go watch that. Who is the biggest Twitter account that follows you? I don't know. John Cena follows me. Gary V follows me. I don't know who the biggest is, though. How did you make your first substantial money in crypto? Was it from holding through the bull run, or were you able to trade with more? Absolutely, it was from buying and holding and just being early to the cycle. That's how I made the most money in crypto. Like, I've done well trading, especially over the recent years, but buying Bitcoin between 3 and 6,000 a few years ago and selling it for 40, 50, 60,000, it's like a 2,000% trade. Like, not many people are outperforming that. You know what I mean? Breaker 10-4, good buddy. Okay, so still watching Curve. Okay, we could come in and tag this now H4 breaker here. So I'd want to see this area hold on a retest if we start selling off a little here. Bitcoin, I'm watching to see if we get a market structure break below this low here at 24,785. Ethereum, I don't know. It's not as clear to me, right? BTC had the nice H12 sweep, weekly sweep, and the H1 sweep. Ethereum's a little bit messier, so I'm probably going to focus on Bitcoin, but watching effectively for the same thing, right? Like, you want to see if we start market structure breaking below, I don't know, we've already broken that low, maybe below here where I'd watch on Ethereum. But Bitcoin is just cleaner to me. So as much as there's something to be said being like, okay, I want to long whatever coin's going to go up more. I want to short whatever coin's going to go down more. That's for sure something you should try and do, right? You should do analysis to try and improve your likelihood of catching the highest beta play. But sometimes it's, what chart do you see your setup the most clearly on, right? And if I don't see a super clear setup on Bitcoin, but I do on Ethereum, even though I think Bitcoin might dump more, I'll probably take the short on Ethereum if it's easier for me to say, okay, well, I want to enter here. I want my stop to go here. I want to target here, yada, yada, yada. What was the highest RR you got? I have no fucking idea, man. I've had trades that are 10, 20R, but tiny size. I've had all sorts of shit over the years. Does John Cena follow you because you're the only human with a neck bigger than him? He follows me because you guys, you fucking idiots, my community of followers, posted a picture of me, and someone photoshopped it to say, like, what's that fucking charity called? What's the charity that John Cena fucking is always showing up for with kids? Make-A-Wish. Someone posted a picture of me being like, oh, poor Mayne has cancer. He's on Make-A-Wish. And I think that's why John Cena followed me. This guy says, You are a pretender, not trading real coin, but altcoin nanocap scam question mark. Is that a statement or a question? I don't understand. Either way, go fuck yourself. What do you think about Curve running the 1 hour liquidity at 1.208? Like here? I don't want it to come back down here. The reason being is we ran this low and then we pushed away. So my idea is based on this low not getting violated. That's where my stop is. So what are my thoughts on getting stopped out? I don't like it, and I wouldn't want that to happen. I want to see us defend here now. Uh-oh. That's not good. So we've got 12 minutes till this candle closes. And if it closes below this low, technically, it's an MSB. Yeah, I don't know. Annoying. Curve finally looks like it was ready to break out here, but if Bitcoin does roll here, you know, I'll probably close. I hear you. Fuck off. So we'll keep the stream going until this candle closes. I just fucking deleted this thing. Shut up. We'll keep going with the stream until this candle closes just so we can see what happens. But yeah. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Okay, let's see what the chat is saying here about. What is this guy talking about? What is cash flow of Curve? What is PE? 0 question mark? What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Okay. Do you have a link for your YouTube video explaining all my? I think Fusion, you can take the 2 seconds it takes to go on my page. Maybe there's a playlist called Education, and maybe it's in there. I think you can probably find it. Hey Mayne, first time, long time. Do you have any videos on fibs, how to use it, setup? Randolph and Mortimer Dukamina has been running for a while. I don't know what that last part means, but this is my fib settings. So if you want to copy them, I don't really use fibs very much though. I see your point on Curve. I entered a short because it ran a daily swing high, but I'm only targeting the H1 breaker. Yeah, so I mean, we did run this high here, right? Right here. So absolutely, there's a short to be had here on the low time frame, but it would have like I don't know like what your short setup is. It would have to be pretty low time frame before you get kind of confirmation. At least how I trade, right? There's no short setup here yet. Could happen though. KDB says, can you please start chart KDA? It would mean the world. Well, if it would mean the world for me to tell you that this chart looks like shit, I'll do it. Let's see here. So no idea what this coin does. To me, this is what jumps out at me immediately. There's just resistance here. came up into resistance, right? Broke down. Now retracing. So my concern would be that, this is potentially a lower high forming here. So I would want to see us start trading above 1.42 effectively for this to continue trading higher. And then it's got room for some upside, but we're into weekly resistance. We've just put in a 12-hour SFP. And if you zoom in even more on the hourly, I'd be watching for something like we break and close below here. I think this would probably be a short. But if we start trading above here and then ultimately above that high, then I'd be interested in longs on this thing. But we're in a resistance right now. So I personally wouldn't be opening up fresh longs on this into resistance. What is this guy talking about? He's like arguing. Unsophisticated, just using NAMO caps to promote exit. What are you talking about? Why are you promoting unsophisticated investments to retailers for nano cap, no liquidity, and unsavory investor? I'm not promoting anything, you fucking twat. I'm just drawing lines on the chart and I'm just trading to make money for myself. What you do with your money is up to you. I'm not some financial advisor. I'm not some spokesperson for crypto. I'm just sharing the charts that I mark up and some people seem to like them. Okay? Stop being such a fucking dumbass, dude. Nobody cares what you're saying. You're saying a bunch of stupid shit. Yes, most cryptos are a scam and going to zero. Everyone knows this. But there's lots of cryptos that also go up exponentially before they go to zero. And people are trying to make money on that. It's as simple as that. And as for no liquidity and retail investors and nano cap, the market cap of Bitcoin is not nano cap. It's like $1 trillion, okay? And the average investor is not trading with nearly enough size for any sort of liquidity issues in the majority of cryptos. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's see. Like, Jesus Christ, what a twat. What an absolute turd. Like, nobody cares. Nano cap, unsavory investors. There's lack of liquidity. Why are you promoting it? I don't promote anything, bro. He says, look at fundamentals, looking at real information, value investing. If you're looking for value investing, get the fuck out of crypto and don't follow me. Jesus Christ. Unsavory investors draw lines and look at chart. Bro, I guarantee you I've made more money trading these nano caps that are illiquid than you will ever make in your entire life. I guarantee it. I'm willing to bet on it. Feel free to prove me wrong. Send me your fucking stock portfolio, bro. I have probably more money in the regular stock market and blue chip companies than you even have. Like, what are you talking about? This is a new copy pasta. We love this. We love this. Why are you promoting unsophisticated investment to retailers? This is great. I like this. New copy pasta. What is your thoughts on a potential link short, according to your system here? So not really as clear. There's no H12 sweep, right? We are into resistance here. Here, right? So we are into resistance. I bet you there's an 8-hour sweep. Oh, no, there's not. Yeah, see, that's a little tricky because technically that broke higher. So there's a little nuance there. Like, you would argue, okay, it's not technically an SFP, but it absolutely is a run above the high, right? You have a run above the high. You have a break in market structure here, right? So yeah, absolutely. Like, technically, this is a short based on those factors. It's not the cleanest, right? But you are correct in spotting that. This guy's getting dragged in the comments. I love it. I love it. Sitting on support, are people blind? I don't know what you're talking about. This guy says magic long ? So not like a ton of price history to go on, but I would be aware of just the fact that, we ran a high. So magic actually was a good short up here, right? There's your run of the high. So there's a short setup in here. In terms of, could it be a long now? I guess it is coming into some support here. You have this 4-hour retest that's happening right now. So this is the area I'd be watching on magic, right? Very clean, actually, in this instance. If it's able to hold this H4 demand area and able to get back above this low here, then I think it's a good long. As it stands right now, I wouldn't long it because, we could still very well run these lows or this low over here. But if we're able to get back above this low that I've circled here, then you can put your stop here, right? You can put your stop below this low, because this would be your deviation after the reclaim, kind of an over-under kind of gig. So that would be what I'd be looking for. If I was going to long this thing, I'd want to see that happen first. Mayne, do you know a good indicator for plotting Monday's range? I'm struggling to find a good one. Yes, Spaceman BTC, this one. Right there, Spaceman BTC. That would be the one I would use. So let's wait and see what happens here. We did not get the MSB. So as you can see here, we came down, we wicked it, but we never closed below. So still no market structure break, still no short trigger for me on Bitcoin. But now we have Monday's range on. Does this not become a little more clear? We're either going to sell off from here, right? Target Monday's low. Or if we get a move above Monday's high and then another rejection, that becomes the short you take into Monday's low. But yeah, no MSB as it stands right now. Monday's range important because it's the start of the week. Yeah, right? Think about it this way. If this is your week of trading, and this is something I learned from ICT, he said like 60 or 70% of the time, the lower the high of the week forms on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So if you know Monday's high and Monday's low, right? Monday's low, trades to Monday's high. We run Monday's high and then trade back in the range. There's a good chance that this is the high of the week now. And the rest of the week is going to be trading down into Monday's low. But you can use any range. You could use Friday's high and low. You could use any time frame. It does not matter. It's just a range concept, right? Okay. Trade it above the range, back within, target the low of the range. It's as simple as that. Which do you prefer? Higher W with low RR or lower W with high RR? Whatever makes me the most money. That's the one I prefer. If your system is profitable, who fucking cares if your win percentage is 30%? I think win percentage is overrated. what is the risk reward that you are getting on average? If you can get 3, 4, 5R average on risk reward, your win percentage has to be only like 30% to make money, right? But if your system prints a lot of signals, but they're all for 2R, right? Okay, you need to be right 33% of the time just to break even. If your system gives you only 1R trades, right, you got to be right 50% of the time. So I think the risk reward that you are able to capture, right, and your system provides for you, if you're saying, hey, my system, I don't take the trade unless it's 3 or 4R, that then dictates what your winning percentage needs to be profitable. Can't be called trading. There needs to be new word for sophisticated investors because so many nano-cap, geometric-shaped drawing picture gamblers. This guy is on crack. Cryptocurrency is interesting due to the high amount of retailers that are unsophisticated, trading based on a line chart. People in cryptocurrency stole word crypto from cryptographers, and most of them just draw lines and know nothing about cryptography, computer science, or algorithms. Who fucking cares? What the fuck? It sounds like you sold the bottom and you're really salty and now you just want crypto to go down because you don't fucking own any. Who cares, dude? If I can buy it here and sell it for higher, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what the chart is. I am absolutely not a sophisticated investor. I am trading in my pajamas in a second bedroom in my house from my own computer. I'm not working at a fucking hedge fund. No shit. No shit. Jesus Christ. Guess what? There are hedge funds who trade crypto. Are they not sophisticated? There's multi-billion-dollar hedge funds that trade crypto. Are they not sophisticated investors? The only person not sophisticated here is you, my guy. You're the most unsophisticated one out of all of us. Bro, just give me one huge green candle straight to target, please. You're a trader? You don't even know cryptography, man. You don't even know cryptography. I actually do know about cryptography because I'm a recruiter as well. And I've hired cryptographic scientists and things like that. And yeah, cryptography is cool. Computer science used for security and things like that. Sweet. Who gives a fuck? You don't know anything about cryptography. You can't be trading crypto. See you later, Dave. I trade in pajamas, but there needs to be a certain amount of rigor when approaching investing and not promoting charts. I'm not promoting anything, okay? I'm sharing my charts and what I do. I'm not telling you to buy, I'm not telling you to sell. That would be illegal because I am not a financial advisor. You do whatever the fuck you want to do with your rigor in your pajamas, bro. Jesus Christ. Some people are fucking miserable. Like this guy sounds miserable that people make money trading crypto and crypto doesn't hold up to the standards of his requirements for investments. How can you invest in cryptocurrency space when you don't even know what a BLS signature is? Fucking watch me, bro. I've been doing it for years. And that's never affected my ability to make money. All I care about is it going to go up or down? And can I get on board? Anyways, I'm done responding to this guy. He's clearly just like a retard. Okay, let's take a quick look at traditional markets here before I wrap up. So this is going to come into effect tomorrow, right? We're going to see the market start moving. We did take out a weekly high, okay? And we have some weekly demand that is formed here. So we could see a dip to start the week. On equities, yeah, we have this little 12-hour sweep here. That could be it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a deeper pullback first. But ultimately, I would like to see us trade up to 4,300. That would be the goal. That would lead to Bitcoin breaking out, trading higher, Ethereum trading higher, and all of us continuing to make money smashing the green button. The dollar, right? I still think trades higher. That's the risk here. Yeah, okay, crypto's gone up with the dollar going up. Oh, it's fucking over. Crypto's been getting smoked. was getting smoked when the dollar was going up. So just because it's not a one-to-one correlation here, we can't forget the correlation that occurred this entire time, right? Or the inverse correlation, right? The other way, where crypto's been pumping for the last few months, right? Well, what's the dollar been doing? Selling off super hard. Okay, but ran this low into this block, pushed up, made a higher high. Now we've got fresh 12-hour demand here. Okay, so this is what you want to be careful on with the dollar this week, is if this holds this support, I think there's a good chance this still trades up to 105, 106. And what could that mean for crypto? It's yet to be seen. It looks like we're going to get that market structure break on this next hourly candle. So it fucking teased us. It teased us on this last one. We'll see. Still too early. Still 50 minutes left in this candle, but watching this level. So if you want to take anything from this stream, watch this level. I hate when other people have no sophistication and promote it to other people and have enough self-awareness to realize it makes no sense. I hate other people. I bet you do hate other people, and I bet other people hate you too as well, bro. So don't worry. The feelings are mutual. Your sentences suck. For someone who talks so much about sophistication, you can't spell. You keep saying sophistication with not sophisticated in what sense? Sophisticated in I drink with my fucking pinky up, or if I have deep knowledge around a certain fucking subject. Jesus Christ, man. This copy paste is amazing. Why are you promoting unsophisticated investments to retailers for nano caps, no liquidity, and unsavory investors? No shit. And I don't know what a BLS signature is. I only know what a BLT is. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Okay? I don't know about BLS. Anyways, I think that's it for the video, guys. This has been a good one. So you guys know the plan. Bitcoin, we're watching to see if we get this breakdown. If we get a breakdown on Bitcoin, I will likely short, and I will look to cover my curve long and just take that profit. If we do not get the breakdown, then this is going higher. If we start trading above 25.2 and holding above here, then this is where I'm looking to swing long this up into 30K. Okay. If we do sell off, first area I'm looking to get run is going to be these lows here. Okay. We also have the monthly open of February, which I think is way down here. Yeah, way over here. Monthly open of Feb. Right. So this would be area number 1. If we sell off. Okay. If it's a really aggressive sell-off, dollar rallies really hard, stocks nuke, then we're looking for a run of this low, okay? I would look to buy a bullish reaction here, and I would look to buy a bullish reaction here. Okay, copacetic. Hopefully everything is clear for everyone. Where would my stop loss be? Come on, bro. You should know this by now. You have a trading channel, but no sophistication or self-awareness. I have a channel where I share my charts. I'm not selling a service or asking anyone to do anything. You're so fucking dumb. You have no self-awareness. Do you not see that you are coming off as the idiot in this interaction, bro? Okay. Jesus Christ. I have enough awareness to know my communication. Why are you watching then? Like, go do something else, bro. Go invest in some more sophisticated assets, bro. Stop watching some random dude on YouTube you've never met before. Okay, so that's the plan for Bitcoin. I think it's pretty straightforward. This is the plan on Curve. If we get it, I want to see it hold that H4 level. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back with another video probably Wednesday or Thursday. And I will be doing a gambling stream over on Twitch. And I will either be doing that today or tomorrow. But expect that as well. So if you want to come see me lose money playing slots and things like that, that's going to be the way to do it. Okay, I will tweet about it. But I'm going to keep all of that shit separate from here. So, to my fellow unsophisticated investors, I wish you a great Monday. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to join my Discord, instructions are on the website, tradermayne.com. It is free. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.